In today's video, we'll delve deeply into the most recent developments surrounding Citadel and the larger financial landscape. We'll reveal how Citadel's capital struggles are pushing it into a corner, why short sellers are closing down, and how these actions are influencing the fight against AMC and GME. If you've been following the ongoing saga, you won't want to miss this breakdown. Let's begin with a recent development that has raised concerns in the market. In order to finance distributions to its shareholders, Ken Griffin's hedge fund, Citadel LP, recently sold $1 billion worth of high-grade bonds. This action has raised questions over the firm's liquidity. Citadel has previously employed a similar tactic of borrowing debt to control payouts. But this most recent capital increase highlights a concerning fact. If Citadel's funds weren't tied up, they would probably be paying their investors directly from their own reserves. Instead, they are selling bonds and taking out fresh loans. This suggests that Citadel is experiencing a liquidity shortage. Although Citadel has been reticent about the details, their actions offer a clear picture of where their money is really tied up. Because the capital is stuck in situations that are difficult to exit, they are frantically looking for other sources of finance. This circumstance supports the long-held belief among many in the AMC and GME communities that shorts are trapped. As Citadel and other key players have kept sizable short positions for years, particularly against AMC, these jobs demand a lot of collateral and ongoing funding. And it's becoming evident that keeping these shorts is depleting their resources and stoking the flames. Citadel's financial approach begs additional queries. Although Citadel boasts billions of dollars in profits this year, a tweet from Biotech Moose points out that they still need to raise capital, because a large portion of their purported profits are tied up as collateral for leveraged short positions. This means that their reported profits may not be as liquid as they seem. Instead, these funds are being used to keep their short positions flat, especially against stocks like AMC and GME. Despite claiming to generate billions of dollars in revenue, these hedge funds are obviously under a great deal of financial strain. When we look more closely at the bond that Citadel has issued, we find even more concerning details based on what I can make today. One of the biggest challenges these funds face is the need to sustain their massive short positions. Every day, synthetic shorts are created, and existing positions must be maintained. This requires not only capital, but also margin to keep the positions viable for Citadel, which means taking on debt and selling bonds to generate the cash needed to appease investors and finance their operations. Citadel's $500 million notes, which are BBB rated and hardly regarded as investment grade, are only 2 steps above junk bond territory. This brings up still another important query. Why would a business that claims to be cash-rich issue bonds that are so close to junk? Their difficulties with liquidity and the increasing strain on their short positions are probably the answers. Citadel wouldn't need to issue bonds or take out loans if they actually had billions of dollars in liquid assets. Instead, they would just utilize their cash reserves to pay commitments. The fact that they are using these strategies indicates that their capital is locked up in ways that are difficult for them to access. This is a clear warning sign, and more proof that Citadel and other hedge funds are having serious liquidity issues. Adding to this image of Virtue Financial, another significant player has displayed same symptoms of distress. Their financials suggest a concerning long-term debt is on the rise, as revenue is falling. This reflects the difficulties Citadel is facing and highlights a larger problem in the sector. Hedge funds that have been actively shorting AMC and GME are finding themselves in more vulnerable situations. The function of tokenized securities is another factor to take into account. Lately, concerns have been raised regarding the termination of FTX tokenized securities for AMC and GME. These tokens, which were purportedly backed one-to-one by actual shares, have caused a great deal of confusion and controversy on websites like Coinbase. Despite being described as having no value, tokens can still be converted. This calls into question their actual intent and the ways in which they have been exploited to manipulate the market. These tokens never had to have actual value in order to exist. Brokers and institutions were able to borrow and short those shares against AMC by claiming to have shares available. The Kohrs letter states that short seller Hindenburg Research is closing. which is in line with a trend we've seen over the past few years with multiple short sellers closing their doors. As we move into 2025, it's likely that more hedge funds will face similar challenges, especially those heavily involved in shorting AMC and GME. These institutions' struggles stem from their reliance on higher-risk strategies that are becoming increasingly unsustainable despite their public claims of profitability. Looking ahead, the broader implications for hedge funds and short sellers are becoming clear. The merits of bond issuing at Citadel and climate. In the market where the old playbook is no longer effective is indicated by rising debt and the closing of well-known short sellers, the reverse repo is one important measure of the market's health. Companies like Citadel, who depend on easy access to collateral to maintain their operations, are immediately impacted when reverse repo levels fall, since it indicates a tightening of liquidity. The drop in reverse repo levels emphasizes the market's increasing illiquidity and supports the notion that these companies are running out of ways to fully comprehend the circumstances. Examine the many strategies these companies have employed to hold on to their positions. Basket swaps, offshoring, and internalization have all been used to manipulate the market. For instance, Citadel has internalized more than 70% of AMC orders, meaning that they are handled internally rather than on public exchanges, giving Citadel control over the share flow. These companies can further manipulate prices and sustain their short positions by using basket swaps and payment for order flow. Despite these attempts, it is becoming more and more clear that their techniques are flawed. In conclusion, the recent developments surrounding Citadel, Virtue, and other hedge funds paint a clear picture of a market in turmoil. These institutions are struggling with liquidity issues. The fact that Citadel and others are using tactics like bond sales and debt issuance shows that their grip on the market is weakening the retail investor community, also known as APEs, has continued to hold strong, putting immense pressure on these institutions by exposing the flaws in their strategies and refusing to capitulate retail investors. As we move forward, it's evident that the landscape is changing and the power dynamics in the market are being redefined. That's all we have for you today, guys. What are your thoughts on AMC stock? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you for watching. Growing debt and the effects of their risky strategies for retail investors are a moment of validation. The efforts to expose market manipulation and hold institutions accountable are producing noticeable results.